Hey, Neb. Hello, Jonas. Now, we're just going to, instead of just starting a whole new map, we'll just start the new building just right here. Maybe we'll keep some of the lives just kind of going on this map. Hello, Heather. So, I guess what we'll do is I need to... let me get my reference over on my other screen. Set sail across the waves. Where we'll go, no man can say. We'll end our quest by following the smell that leads us to the mead from hell. Cool. Gek is actively playing Ark right now. That is not a game you can turn your attention away from for very long. Alright, let's see. What I need to do is I'm going to have you guys on like half of the screen. And I am going to pull up my concept art and pull it up on the other half of my screen. See if we can get started here. This is not going to be like a walk in the park. I've kind of gotten myself into a little bit of a jam here because this roof work and this rock work. Okay. This is going to be interesting. I have not practiced with this house either. You know, the thing about this is, though, we actually have concept to go off of, is what I'm like. It's different when you have something to go off of and you're trying to copy a build than when you are when you're just kind of like the ranger station, just kind of making it. They're making it up off the top of my head. Hey, Afro King, what's up, buddy? We're trying to build us a fantasy house. And as a matter of fact, just so you all have a little bit of reference, let me try to pull the image up just so you can kind of see. Maybe I can even put it like small up in the corner. See if I can make it small enough so you guys have a little bit of reference of what we're trying to do here. Okay, hold on. Let me make this a little smaller. I don't want it in your all's way either, but do you think that'll work, or does that look dumb? Or that should be small enough for you to get the idea, but hey, there's Bold. So yeah, that little house little house is what we're going for here. Mead from Hell by Aelstrom. Alrighty. So what I want to do is I want to get some windows out. Well, let's see. I think we can make the base brick. I don't think we should have any problem doing that or hiding hiding brick. Of course, the only thing is we may want to do the recolorable brick. Hey, Micah. Old Jake Flynn showed back up. Nah, Micah, this is just the regular, this is the Ranger map. The Outback, the Ranger Station map. We're going to start this, try to do this new little fantasy house build. Those match pretty good. Only thing is, though, this is going to actually have to sync, because, see, on the concept art, the windows kind of take up that whole first section of wall. My favorite DLC, as far as piece count goes, I mean, as far as scenery goes, Australia, hands down. Now, as far as animals go, probably South America, I'd say. And remember, with this, we don't have to go like a 1-to-1 replica, but we want to, you know, we want to kind of get it a little close. This is just like our Planet Zoo fantasy house build. So you could turn it into maybe a reptile house or a nocturnal house. It definitely has like fairy tale, almost creepy vibes to it. So that's kind of the vein of what we're going for here. Okay, so there's a little... So we pretty much have the stone door. So what we need to do is we're going to have to find some believable stone pieces. Preferably if they were gray, like if I could recolor them. But I want to look through everything and just see. I just don't want to pass anything up that could work good. And we'll kind of work our way, get this main level going. Like next we'll do the doors, but I want to do, like, you can see the little rock column that kind of goes up beside this window before you get to the door and the steps. I want to kind of find a good stone, good reliable stone that we'll have to use for this whole build. I don't think we can use the real stones like from the nature pack. I just don't think they're small enough. Hey, Steven, what's up, buddy? We do have a circle window, classic window we'll be able to use for that one kind of halfway up the house. See that? It's kind of like surrounded by circle bricks. Could, yeah, maybe the bottom of the Africa pots. Cool, we will be your work background noise. There's a circle rock. We could kind of use the fountain cap. See if I just had little pieces of rock that kind of matched this. But I don't have the little individual pieces. Don't tell the boss. Might be able to use that as a decent, like, you know, start off with this and then place the rock in it. That would give the rock a good, kind of like a good backdrop, you know. And then that looks like it's 2 doors, so let's just continue to look for the rock first, and then we'll. So we know we got this as a door frame to embed the rocks in. Nah. It's funny, when you really need to make something work, our imaginations can, they can, you can find things. Kind of thought I would have kind of come by something by now, but maybe. Be cool if the temple walls could be recolored. Or I mean, even those. See, if I could make those like gray, you could possibly make that work, but I just see these stones on this house being more gray than tan. So that was it. Hey, Cyber has stopped by for a quick look. Yeah, Jonas, I know. There is definitely a need for some more recolorable items. So let's see, if we go extremely small with this, like that's about as small. Let's just see if I can stack this archway right, because there's not going to be an interior like usual, so Don't really have to worry about that, but if I could make this look like natural stacked rock, may just have to go the rock route. But if you look at the concept art, it's pretty rock intensive, pretty much all the way up, and then you get to the whole your roof section. I don't know, Jake. It's who knows what they'll throw in. Like I said before, I'd like otters and penguins. I think this may be one of those builds where if you guys just stick with me, I think we can flesh it out. It just kind of looks like crap right now, but it's one of those deals where let's just kind of feel this out a little. And it's not like we're in any rush either. This is quite literally Planet Zoo and Chill. Yeah, that roof is going to test us, isn't it? You know what would look better than this, though? You know, I may even have to go over to Suyana a second, because there is I don't know if it was the African pots like Bold was saying, but there is a flat piece that I used a blueprint, I believe, from somebody. And I think we may be able to stack those. I just don't remember. I don't remember what little tiny piece that was. Yeah, hold on. Let's save this real quick and jump over there, and I will take from that map, or at least see what that piece is. Then we can come back and start using it here. I'm trying to think what in the world those were. Right now, I have them kind of sticking up out like you would walk over them. Down, 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 down. Amalia's back. Oh, I did not know he was able to retexture some of the rides. That's pretty cool. Now, what I am talking about over here is right at the entrance. So what in the world? Are these just the little temple pieces? East Asia stone support beams. So you see what I'm saying? I think we could use those support. So the East Asia beams, we can put those really close together and maybe mix some rock in with them. I think that would work for our concept. I think that's it. East Asia support stone beam. Yes. We may be onto something here. Sumi is back. All right. So let's get rid of this horrendous looking column. Great. All right, so let's go into our construction. Let's go into filters, theme, East Asia. They should be right here. Okay, so, and like we said, we don't have to worry about like this sticking into the living room because there's not going to be a living room. So this, what you're looking at here, what we're doing as far as your concept art goes, look at the front door. We're doing that column to the right, our right, the front door's left, little front column. See how there's some little stones protruding out? Let's kind of see if we can somehow copy that. And some of those stones are even, some of those are even sticking up, aren't they? They're kind of just all, like, see how they're kind of stacked in there all over the place. So we don't even really have to be too uniformed with it. Because even in the concept art, some of them are straight up and down. It's like they just stacked them where they could. But we'll still kind of leave some lines as far as how the grout, you know, I mean, how the mud and the grout would look. And then we'll look for like a suitable door. Maybe hide that little piece back in there a little. And you know what? We'll move that over a little. That looks a little better than what we were first going with, doesn't it? For some of you that just joined in, this did not look like that. This did not look anything near what it looks like now, just like 4 minutes ago. This is kind of touchy little work, you know. You kind of want to kind of got to play with it a little bit. You know, you hear the birds. I wish we had real birds. Like, you can hear them chirping in the background. It's like, just give us real ones. So see, kind of insetting them on each other a little, turning some of them vertical. That looks pretty believable as like I mean, look at the concept art. It's pretty haphazard, just, you know, it's kind of funky. Now, this side of the door is actually taller than its right side. So what we'll need to do, and see, I don't necessarily have the, let's see if I can copy this and turn this brick kind of like this and see if we can maybe make the brick do that. See how, like in the concept, that the brick kind of starts like here and almost kind of curves its way down to the other column. I don't know if we can make that look right necessarily. I just don't know if I have that. I just don't know if I have the curve. I mean, we could probably hide it almost, because obviously we have to put more rock work up here. Hey Claire, you made it to another one. It's 7 o'clock here. I know I'm starting a little late for you, but you were able to pop in. You know what we need to do really before we kind of get too enveloped in these columns? We need to pick out a door. So obviously we've got 2 wooden doors. We just got to figure out what is the best option. Oh, there's Holly back. Holly was able to catch a stream. That's too big. Little too big. That could work. Remember, all of the top part of the door here you see is going to be hidden, so don't fret on that. Uh-oh, have you guys had a rough Tuesday? That is no fun. I had a pretty normal Tuesday, except for my credit card didn't get hacked, but I got a message this morning saying that somebody tried to buy something on it from Singapore at like 2:30 this morning. They tried to make 2 charges for $94, but my bank caught it and stopped it. So the charges didn't actually go through, but they did have to. They had to block my card, and I had to go by the bank today and have a new card. They built me a new card right there. But yeah, somebody from Singapore last night at 2:30 a.m. tried to use it for like $94 twice. I'm like, really? Yeah, Sumi and Holly and Molly, you guys can relax now. You're with your boy old S-Dan. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to keep an eye on it. Yeah, Jonas. I could just let Jonas keep an eye on my card. All right, so we need a layer of stone above the windows because this is going to support that balcony that is right above these main windows. So this kind of has to go above this brick. And I know we have a flat piece of brick I could probably use across this. But let's just kind of see how this goes. could even leave some of these on an angle, because this is, I mean, you can tell it's a funky kind of fantasy build. Yeah, luckily my bank was like, he didn't inform us he was going to Singapore, so we're going to go ahead and nix this. Thankfully, yeah, they did. Hey, Emily. Emily was able to make another stream. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me on your Tuesday evening. So this, you know, this, I think this is kind of acceptable. They're kind of just, I mean, if you look under there, there's a couple we're going to have to, there's a couple wood, I think what we'll do is we will consider those wooden pieces that are kind of holding the balcony up, because you can see going up through there, we're definitely going to have wood incorporated. Like, look up at that main roof piece. I mean, there are even logs holding up the roof over there, and it looks like there's a log to the far side. So I think that will help break up some of this stone work. Thank you, Jonas. S. Dan Wolf Tiger Passage. So what do they have? They have like 4 support pieces holding that balcony up. One's kind of more over this way. Then you've got one that kind of right there. Then a smaller one. Do I even have a smaller one? Nope, those are all the same size. But that's a little bit different texture. That would work. Then we'll go back to this one, and there is one that sets right beside this one, just a little lower. So that will be our, that can be our balcony support right there. Fill in the stone work just a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so that is kind of the platform that our balcony is going to appear to set on. Before we do this though, because this is, I kind of want to see what this is going to look like. Let's cover up the top of this door so it's not kind of psychologically messing with us here. Sometimes I'm like that, like I have to finish a section just so I'm not like staring at it while I'm building another section. I think Sumi said we are in for a tedious time, and that we are. But it's okay. What else do we have to do on a Tuesday? Play some Planet Zoo. Then we've got, see right up, like you've got the door. Then you've got the brick, the little brick piece right there, which looks kind of trashy in our version. Then you've got this little weird, almost wooden little archway that sits directly under the 2 little tiny windows. See how the door kind of looks like a mouth and the 2 windows above the door are like eyeballs? That looks like some kind of wooden facade type of deal. Hey, old Shift has joined us for a little bit here. What's up, buddy? Critters, I don't know. I have this is one of those ones where I have absolutely no clue what they're going to try to do to us. I have no clue what they're cooking up. It is a total crapshoot. Well, Claire, you kind of know how this goes. We try with the animals when we can. But this is where I have fun. We better go ahead and stop the stonework right there, because we've got to get that weird little archway in there. And do we even have like any balconies? I don't know. We may have to do a Shift. We may have to do some kind of custom balcony work here. Could possibly use the Arctic fence piece. I just don't really see any other suitable option for this. We could turn this Indian fence upside down. And then, can we recolor this? No. See, the Indian fence turned upside down could almost work as like a banister up here, whatever they have going on. And then it almost, like, see the top of the door, this white piece? If you look at the concept art, it almost lines up perfectly with what would be the that weird little wood piece. Z fighting. I hate you. Yeah, can we recolor this? No. Yeah, we need some balconies. I could almost leave this. You know, we could take a little bit of creative liberty and like maybe turn these up to really accentuate that balcony. And look, we're going to have to cover these windows with more rock, because see in the concept art, the balcony windows, the far left-hand window is got to be a lot smaller than its two little accompanying windows. See, and as far as the concept art goes, we don't really know how deep the... And then over here on this side, it almost looks like a tree is growing up into the side of the house. But anybody that was needing like a fantasy zoo house, I have got you. We're going to have you covered. Because this is weird. Might have to lower these a little bit, but you kind of get the idea of where we're going here. Yeah, Holly, and this is one of those builds where if we just give it a little bit of time and let it develop, like I know it looks like poo right now, but this is one of those ones where we just gotta try to feel it out. Just gotta try to be patient, you know? Start adding in detail and stuff. We'll get there. Might just take us a couple days. I don't know if I'll get to stream tomorrow. I'm thinking maybe. Just not totally sure. I know I'll have a stream on Friday. And can we recolor these so these aren't just so blasting like white in our face? Yes. Do they not turn? Okay, if the white doesn't change color, then what is changing color on these? Race car is going to make fun of me so hard if nothing really... What changes? So we have a recolorable piece that doesn't recolor? I don't see any color changing with this window. The glass, you think? You're kidding me. Let's see. I bet you're right. Why would that be a thing? Like, why? Why wouldn't they let me recolor the white frame if that doesn't go with my building? Okay. Why? Should I ask? Should I even ask why? Oh well, what you gonna do? I know this doesn't really call for it in the concept, but I just feel that was a little too uniformed. Got to break that up just a little bit. Claire, did you tell them to do that to me? I mean, it would just make sense that you could change this white right here. All right, let's find some little derpy, smaller windows. Nope. those may be okay-ish. I've got to put some rock between that window and these windows. Let's just see, though. I was kind of wanting something a little more derpy, but we don't even, like, I mean, look, we don't even have that many window options. I mean, if you really look how quick, like, look how quick I can scroll through all the windows. And most of, I mean, I don't even know why they're blueprints over here, but yeah, we do not have many window options. What I think we kind of need to do is turn this window that way a little bit, because if you look at the concept art, it's almost as if the house is warped almost. Like, see how it kind of almost looks like it has a turn to it, like it's... So we kind of need to take that into account too, you know? You know, another thing I don't like, though, is how the how our balcony wood is different from our, like, little support beams. That's a little weird, isn't it? We'll see how this... Like I said, let's just let it play out a little bit. And these support beams in the concept art kind of look like they just come over and fall off this edge. See how it kind of takes a pretty sharp little dive here. Maybe just do one more little hard dive. Okay, now stone is actually underneath the windows again, so these wooden supports are kind of sandwiched between these two levels of rock, it looks like. Oh, Herman asked where the Arctic outpost is. I think we'll do that next. I wanted to just jump in and give this concept art a try, because it is just I mean, it's tedious, but I think it's going to... I don't think it should take us as long as the Ranger Station did. I wouldn't think. So I would say probably by this weekend we will be we'll be starting on the Arctic outpost, which is definitely going to be tougher than the Ranger post ended up being, just because it doesn't lend itself to much wood. I mean, you know, like if they're out there in the, you know, if they're out there in the elements like that and kind of in the Arctic, we're going to have to, it's going to be a lot of a lot of concrete, I believe, a lot of metal I see in our future, and not really any wood necessarily, you know? So definitely going to have to take that into consideration with the polar build. And you know me, wood is usually my go-to with these designs, but I don't know. We're just gonna have to see. We're just gonna have to see how it goes. And this build gives us a pretty good bit of leadway just because, you know, with fantasy, like Claire said, we've got you've got the crooked lines. There's no, you know, there's nothing like that you're kind of forced to stick to. It's kind of wide open in that sense. And you know, when we leave it open to interpretation too, like you see some stuff I've already had to kind of change, but and it looks like in the concept art, these windows are actually blocked out like this. So we don't even have to keep the bottom part of the windows exposed. One thing that's aggravating me a little bit is that brick you see. I don't like that. Uh-oh, race car, you're making a custom spire? So you enjoy pain. And you know, this may be a good point for us to step back a minute and maybe even try to add in some random rock work, because you can see in the concept, like, see it, it looks like there's some stones thrown in. It's definitely not completely just flat rock uniform. It's almost like maybe they used what was available, like just around the grounds when they started building the house. It actually doesn't look too bad, does it? Like, just, you know, just to kind of jump in and start throwing stones around. So we'll try it. And if I don't think you can add anything to the build, we will remove them. But it's not going to hurt to just at least look. And like I said, these are mostly, these support beams are mostly sandwiched in between these between the rocks. Kind of weird, but okay. And we will have another, it looks like we almost have a little break right here. We'll have a piece of wall directly followed by another window. You know, Claire, we looked at those, but I don't think you can recolor those. They have to stay tan. Let's just look, though, while we're thinking about it. Well, you can't recolor them, but that doesn't look terribly off. Hell yeah, Claire, you are a genius. How did you remember that? That is exactly what we were needing, to break this up a little. All right, Claire wins the chat tonight. I totally forgot about that. Awesome, awesome suggestion. We can use this, the little bit of recolor almost as like even mortar, you know? Yes, I'm glad you did not go to bed. Yeah, we looked at these before you even got on. And, I mean, I just looked at the regular ones. But this kind of gives it almost a little bit of a variation, just a little bit different pop than so much of this stone. Good freaking job, Claire. Yes, I did not even think about the South African recolorable red pieces. There we go. And we don't even have to put many of them. Yeah, and just like Sumi just said, let's try. We can try a brown, maybe a lighter. Let me try a lighter brown. Let's just see. Too light. There, see, even that little bit of off brown helps. Nice. Shoo, yes, thank you guys. And see, this is why we're live streaming. Because I need you guys to point this stuff out. It's kind of like, what does Holly say my builds are? Kind of like controlled chaos. If you look at him in the beginning, you're like, what is this guy trying to do? But then if you come back like a couple days later, you're like, oh, that looks okay. You just kind of got to roll with me a little bit. Uh-oh, how is my mic sounding weird to you guys? How about now? Testing, testing. Still weird? Still robotic? Testing, testing. Okay, how about now? Testing, testing. So Bluefin, you still hear me normal? What about now? I'm not a robot. Still echoey? testing, testing. Testing. Huh, let me check. Testing. Huh, let me check. Testing. Well, I'm not picking up a second mic in OBS. How about now? Testing, testing. Hey, Bold, do you hear me as a robotic voice right now? Some people are, some people don't. Micah, are you okay? Huh. I do not know what that weirdness was. Okay. Alright, let's continue on. What do you guys think? This does not... I think you guys are probably more confident now than you were when I first started. Right? Like this kind of looks a little more like... we know where we're going, right? Trying to mess with my positive space. We will not let it. Yeah, see, Bold, it's like I said, sometimes you just have to let these builds play out. See if you can make something happen. Whoops. I'll leave some gaps for color variation too. Yeah, I am stinking glad Claire thought of that. I bet you when we're done with this, though, this will be more than 1,064 pieces. Hey, Unga Bunga made it. Unga Bunga is in the chat. I like it. Yeah, this is just kind of like one of those first streams get the bones down and kind of out of our way, and then I'd say the next stream will really be ready to pick up some steam with some detailing, you know? It's kind of... You kind of got to get these, you kind of got to get this first build, these first blocks out of the way. This just can be, you know, looking at concept art like this could just be one of those weird, intimidating type builds, and you can kind of talk yourself out of it. You can let these type of builds get away from you. Abandon them. But we're going to try to push through this. I've got confidence. I think I would have had to stop by now. Of course, we have not gotten to the roof. Hey, Miss Queen Tazoo stopped by to check us out. Miss Queen, we do not have a lot of animal action going on with this one, but I will have you a pretty interesting, maybe nocturnal house? Maybe some kind of fantasy office building? This brick right here is killing me though. We gotta get rid of that. Doesn't that just look better with just the stone archway there? Thank you. Yeah, I like getting in and designing some of those riverboat rides. You know, Holly, these pieces have some really cool, these wooden pieces have some really cool, almost Irish flair to them, don't they? Kind of frame the door in just a little. I just think we take the liberty of covering this brick. I mean, you know, we don't, like I said, we're using the concept art as strong reference. You know, this is what we set out to do, but we don't have to keep every single detail the same, and I am just not feeling this brick. So let's cover it. I'd like to go to Ireland one day. I was watching like this guy did some drone footage. He was out there like completely by himself for like, I think he went out for 2 or 3 months. And that was just insane. Some of the footage he captured. My grandma was Irish. She was a Harris. Yeah, so you're getting rid of the brick. Now it's kind of just comes together a little better, doesn't it? That pop of brick was just weird. Yeah, Miss Queen, that is exactly where this came from. This was a piece of Pinterest concept art. And I'm like, whoops. I'm like, we need to try to make that happen in Zoo. I mean, I guess technically this would be more of a Planet Coaster appropriate, type build. I mean, as far as like being more useful than it will in Zoo. But I just wanted to try it with the pieces, and I just think this with what I'm used to working with being on Zoo so much now. I think this just offered the better route to try this. That door does look really good. You all could even turn, like, couldn't this even be like almost like a little, like a pub? Like if we had a sign hanging off this? We could use this for a lot of things. All right, so looking at the concept art, they definitely, let's just go into our trees and see if we can get something rolling, like with that tree climbing up the edge of the house. You know, we could almost, they have let me see if I have it saved in blueprints. They've got that really cool South American tree that the devs threw in. Is it this one? Yeah. Let's set that over there a minute. Try to take you here. Too much. Could take, I wonder if we could take the green one though. I mean, obviously we don't have color. So we could assume that our version see if anything catches my attention kind of while we're going towards it. Oh yeah, you could like model train hobbyists. Yeah, they'd probably have a blast in this. We'll definitely, like when we get back into the detailing, I think there's definitely some play for some vines too, you know? Like we got to get some kind of, see, like, isn't that going to look cool? We'll get into the detailing. We'll leave that one there for reference though, because, you know, up front we can do some landscaping as well, and I'll, instead of, like, I could probably rock it off. We'll figure something out. We even have some regular hanging vines too, like depending on what kind of look you were going for. See if we can make this kind of go up the side of the house like the concept art calls for. Because see, it almost encompasses this whole edge. I think we can make that work. And then of course we'll come up with some kind of tree or, you know, bush to kind of help that. Sure, we could find some. We'll find something. Cool. So let's work on some rock work right here. Because you can see it's pretty fat from that window over to where the little trees kind of, where the little vines are going up and the tree will stick out. Hey, what's up, Beezy? Glad you could stop by. Get into this weirdness with us. Remember, Jack Sparrow's like, I wash my hands of this weirdness. Hey, thanks, Jake. Yep. It's coming along. We'll get there. We will kind of have to have a flat piece. We will have to have a flat piece over here, though, because, see, it kind of goes back, and then you've got a piece of roof that, like, the house kind of turns that way with more windows. Miss Quinn says, my mom loves miniature villages, Dad loves trains. Yeah, I love both. Actually, I'm really into, like, I'm having a blast looking at, Dwarven Forge, their, like, some of their D&D sets and their miniatures that they make, their dungeons and their little battle maps and stuff. That's what I'm into right now. It's awesome. There we go. That looks like a pretty good kind of transition because, you know, like right here, we have to go back out this way with windows. Oh yeah, Jonty is working on... Jonty told me, he's like, don't buy anything from Dwarven Forge until you see what I'm creating. So Jonty is, he's kind of creating his own little pieces. And he's got a real cool concept going on right now. So I'm like, all right, I'll wait. You show me what you got. Okay, so guys, we have got that. We've got these two windows. We've got these three kind of hid. Not as much as, this one's probably not as hid as much as it should be, but I think that'll be okay-ish. Got another big, you know what, we need to kind of work on this window, which looks like it sets back a little bit, like we said. See if I can make this work. Because you can almost tell in the concept art, it, you know, they've got it looking like it sets back off of the door just a little bit. And that is, looks like two of these windows, I'm thinking. Whoops. Phew, the little variations and just all the little detail customization is kind of what bogs us down on this, isn't it? Each little rock kind of has to have its own little place. We got to remember to throw in some browns too. And I don't even know what kind of window is beside this one. It's almost like some kind of weird portal hammock window turn thing. So we might have to use our imaginations a little bit on that one and maybe figure some kind of different little turn out. Biggest thing with these builds too is just trying not to rush yourself. You know, you can kind of get bogged down with the detailing, like I said, and kind of get ahead of yourself. Those browns definitely help. Uh-oh, bobcat loose in your subdivision. People definitely have to be careful letting their little critters like out to go to the bathroom and stuff right down there right now. Your bobcat may snatch them up. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting we have to get our brick covered up, don't we? The brick is a no-no now. We've already confirmed that. Kind of placing these stones like this too, we can kind of accentuate that kind of turn in the house there a little bit. It's kind of what it looks like. And then of course we'll do the vines up this. Landscaping is going to play a big key in how this turns out as well. So we'll get us a good landscaping scheme going. Probably, definitely, I'd say by the time we're done, it may even have like haunted type of vibes, but you know, that's okay. It's fantasy. So it's just kind of hard to make that turned stone look in this game, isn't it? Warble said the worst we've got are geese, which can be pretty terrifying. I got chased by one once at Watauga Lake. Not fun. Hey, thank you guys. Yeah, we'll work on it. This one, I'd say this one probably will. It's still got it's gonna take us a few streams, isn't it? Geese are mean. Hey, Basic Builder. Yes, this is. Take this as like you'll be able to use it in your zoo as just like a fantasy office building, fantasy, maybe like a nocturnal house, insect house. That's kind of what we're going with on this. And noisy. All fear the cobra chicken. See, that window came out okay. We may not have made it set as deep as kind of the concept art looks, but, you know, we've kind of set it back enough. Especially, like I said, when we start the, when we get this foliage worked up in here. Just be patient, my little group of Planet Zoo nerds. We will make something of this. Somebody said earlier this kind of looks like it could be a witch's house. I can see that. Gek's like, I'm just killing some dodos. I haven't played Ark in forever. I don't even know if I have it installed right now. We used to spend hours on it though. He said, are you going to make a DLC speculation or are you afraid to now? No. You know old S-Dan ain't afraid. We'll do some speculating if they start dripping out some information or if I hear anything. Oh, Will Holmes back in the chat. What's up, buddy? You know, the usual. We're just trying to make something that was never intended to be in the game. A fantasy nocturnal house. Yeah, they could announce something right in that Thanksgiving window. Hey, thank you, Miss Queen. We will catch you in the next one. Huh, if these weren't so gigantic... I wonder if I could hide this a little. Those would look cool kind of over this window. But they are big. See if we can play with this axis just a little bit. That doesn't look bad. We got to get some kind of, before we kind of continue on, let's try to get a little bit of foliage in here. And I know that our concept art has stairs, but I think we'll probably just keep this flat. Let's get a little bit of foliage going on here, because that can really get you into a build too. Really make a, kind of make the building come alive a little more. Oops. Hold on, my mouse is not cooperating here. Hold on. There we go. Poison Blade, you're just in time to watch me punish myself. Yes. Yes. You all did this to me. Y'all, we gotta pick out some. We gotta pick out some plants for this little creepy build. I think greenery would serve better. Could this work as kind of like hiding the vine kind of going up the side of the house? Yeah. Except for the concept art has that trunk a little more dead, it looks like. Yeah, for you all that don't know, Poison Blade kind of almost dared me to build this, try this build. So if this crashes and burns, we can blame him. Hey, that looks like that's a nice little kind of, almost like a little cozy flower bed, isn't it? Kind of with the rock working its way a little higher up the building there. Yeah, you got that right, Holly. We'll find a way to get it done. Okay, so, those don't even look too bad. They kind of take up a large area of the bed, though. It looks kind of cool hanging over the rock a little bit. Too colorful for this build? The wisteria flower? Let's see. Hey, thanks, Rith G. And thanks, David. We're rolling on it. We're trying to get us this work in this concept art here. Might take us a couple streams, but turn it so the flowers point up. Let's try. Hey, that doesn't look too bad. Especially right up against that rock like that. Gives it a little pop of color too. Kind of right in front of the windows. Weedy or unkempt or bright colors like a fantasy witchy garden. Yeah, especially if it's like if we're going for a nocturnal type house. I wonder if, you know what would look good? I mean, not to just keep beating the Australia thing, but I wonder, you know what I'm about to say. The grass, remember? See, that's weird too. Like I can't just filter the Australia. Like, see how it just brings up blueprints? Isn't that weird? Like, you would think it would just give me the flower options that came with the Australia pack. I mean, unless I'm overlooking something here, I don't think. Ah, yeah, mixing up the rocks too. Let's see if I can find those little... Where are they? I don't remember what they're called. I need to favorite them when we find them. You all know what I'm talking about. They're the little spiky, look like kind of like these, but they're like overgrown looking, unkept. Here we go. Triadea grass? Triosia grass? Let's favorite that. Then maybe these mixed in with some of the top, like some of the elephant grass barely sticking up. This kind of looks like a creepy insect overgrown type unkept little bed. Ha! That's creepy. Like you don't know who's staring out that window at you. Creepy. Looks like a pretty cool little window seal, doesn't it, with the overgrowth? If we are anything, we are a little creepy. So that kind of fits with our little theme, doesn't it? just wish we had just a little bit of smaller rocks, you know? I mean, I try to work with these rocks, but they are big. These rocks are too big. Ah. Whoops. Man, I am screwing up with this little gizmo this evening, huh? I just want you to turn. Turn for me. Ooh, yeah. Herman. Talking about the little moss-colored ones, too. That'll give us a little pop. Have to go put some of them in over there. Nice. Good call, Mr. Herman. This really gives it like a cool little almost insect house vibe. Yeah, could even try cattails. Need to get some ivy for this window, because it's looking a little too clean. It's like Claire said, we almost want to make this, you don't want to overdo it with the ivy. We want, you know, it's kind of, you want to go subtle with it. Maybe not even do both sides of the door necessarily all the way up. Maybe able to just kind of have this climbing there just a little. You know what we need? We need a good light here beside the door, kind of like sticking out of this rock. Fire's too much. Classic wall lamp may work though. Ha! That'll look pretty cool right there by the door, won't it? Kind of like a little gas-fired wall lamp. Okay, looking at this, we definitely have to make a hard turn up here, because this window that's going to be right here is completely facing out to this corner. And they have more wood up above this window, so we've got to try to incorporate some wood detail above this window. Because it's a good design, it really almost calls for it, you know. Maybe expose the stone a little bit above that window, but then really just box it off, and because this will be, you see, they almost have it. It's almost like an open roof piece up there, kind of. You want to see the bulb lamp? Let's see. Where is that? This one? Ooh. Does have a little more character to it, doesn't it? Kind of sexy. I like it. Yeah, Holly, we'd have to create some kind of mailbox. When you said mailbox, all of a sudden I was thinking like there's like a, what could we do? I don't know. We'll kind of have to look into that. There's this guy that lives on this road not too far from here. And he's got his regular mailbox like down at the road where the mailman drops stuff off, but then he has like a pole that goes up from that, and it's like 10 feet up in the air. There's another mailbox, and he's got a little thing hanging from it that says bills. I just crack a grin every time I drive by his house. Okay, so let me try to find some more wood detail here. So we've got those little tiny, we almost have, hold on a minute. See, the wood almost like has these little slats. These little, see them kind of sticking out like that? They're almost like a little decorative piece. I just wonder if we could separate these enough and not too bad. Yeah, kind of dresses up the wood a little bit, doesn't it? Then there's almost a piece like this that kind of sits on top of it, which kind of works because see how it's a little off? It's got like, it's kind of got a bow in it, like a bad piece of wood you'd get from Home Depot or something. It's kind of got that fairy tale type of vibe to it, doesn't it? Simply Savannah's here. She is in on this weirdness as well. Yeah. Kind of makes me want to try to do it with this balcony that I am hating. I do not like that balcony. Wonder if we could just kind of copy that without the main brace pieces. I'm just not liking that balcony at all. Well, Savannah, what do you think? Are we kind of a little bit close? Like if you squint really hard and look at our concept art compared to what we've done? Yeah, that balcony sucked. Of course, delete that. See if maybe I can shore this up a little bit and make it look a little more. Thank you. We're trying here. I think it's like you guys said a while ago. We're going to have to go full custom with this. We're going to have to go full custom with the balcony, I'm afraid. It's only 8:38. I say let's give this another good, honest 20 minutes, and then we will jump off of here and probably get back at this probably tomorrow. We'll see. But I want to get something taken care of with this balcony. Got any, like, what if I take the skinny habitat pieces, try to come up with some kind of just custom little, you know? Because obviously this is just decorative. They're not going to be coming out of those windows. Yeah, you know what, Bold? We tried the Arctic. Well, I stuck the Arctic fence up there for a moment. Let's just go back and see if we like this at all. They turn it upside down, maybe. Whoops, I got that on a bad angle. Well, I've got this all willy-nilly here. I think these could work. Let me just try to dress them up a little bit. Well, that definitely looks a lot better than it did. We have to give it that. That looks better than the Indian fence. There we go. How's that look? More fantasy balcony-ish. A beam sideways. I know. Yeah, that door color's killer. But yeah, it's like they said, it's kind of helps pull you that way. You kind of mean like that? That's come out pretty cool so far. Especially, I really like this little wood piece over this window. I mean, in the concept art, the only thing is it looks like it sticks out a little farther than that, but I think it's still okay. I'm guessing too we'll kind of just... This will be like an exposed roof up there. So, like turned, I guess. Yeah, the doorway kind of just angling that stone down just a hair like that really just gives that doorway so much character, doesn't it? Whoops. Any more protruding rocks? That framed up pretty nice. This rock is kind of going into the doorway. Back that up a little. Oh, I know, Malik. We're going to get on to some Cyberpunk. Hopefully they don't delay it on us again. Yeah, Bold, you'll have to make you a whole, like, fantasy zoo or something. Some kind of mythical zoo. Can't forget Herman and his lights. Especially with this being like a little nocturnal house. They would be coming to this at night. Have to see if I get some sidewalk going. Get those put in. Uh-oh, we got some red light Z fighting going on. Sorry. Averaging around 1,100 a year. I am not anymore. I'm probably averaging like 11 a year. I've just, I have made the commitment to try to get Zoo to work for me. All right, we got like 10 minutes. And man, I think like we see the main roof part with the window and the giant like logs sticking out. I think we save that for tomorrow. Like we'll get that, we'll get some fresh eyes on that. But what we could do is we could technically start this turned wall, because see, it's almost tiered. You have the level right here that we just built, then you have the focused kind of almost turned wall, then you have another level with the massive big curved window that we're going to have to figure out how to do. You know what I could almost use as a template though? The actual curved wall stone piece. Because that's got a nice curve on it. And then I could just plug in my rock work. It's so huge though. Let's see if I can see what I'm saying. Well, it's not that much of a curve, is it? It's like... the house almost kind of subtly turns on an angle. It's kind of like that almost. Maybe not even that extreme. Two-meter curve, you think? See, that kind of almost looks like even that bends it back too much. We may just have to barely accentuate this. Okay, if we do it like that, we can still make that window that's kind of facing out this way work. Still got to go with the custom rock though, because it just, I mean, that just looks too killer. Move it back a little bit. I think that'll work. We can put that window on this. If we can find a cool window that kind of matches. I think that window I've been using has a taller... No, I guess that's it. It's kind of like if I had this, but skinnier. Like if this was cut in half. Whoops. Of course, if we do that, that keeps those windows matching. Hold on a sec. Let you all see this a little better, especially since we're near the end here. Can you see that a little better? I mean, that could work. Yeah, that roof, that is definitely when the despair is going to kick in, isn't it? No pity for the roof. Must think happy thoughts. It'll actually be kind of fun to look back and know that we did all these walls custom, you know, instead of just kind of plopping the walls down and just going on. It'll just give it that so much more character, you know, when we've wrapped this up. Whoops. Like I said, what we'll do is we will wrap this wall up right here, and then I will probably take off and we will try our hand at this massive window tomorrow. Since Poison Blade's gotten me into this mess. Just another brick in the wall. You know, we've kept the levels in pretty good shape too. Like, you know, I mean, I think we're building up pretty true to what the concept art, you know, is kind of presenting to us. But man, this roof, you know, we may have to do custom. I mean, I don't see how we don't make I don't see how you do this and make the roof not custom. Like, it's not gonna happen. Look at those angles. You know, Holly, I don't actually draw very good. I love coloring and stuff, but no, I'm not too good of a drawer. This is this 3D sandbox is kind of where my creative bread and butter is made. You know what? Something else we didn't try. Take one of these little support pieces here. We didn't try to put them in here like the concept art shows. I bet you this would look pretty cool too, kind of doing this little like arch. I just kind of noticed it on the concept art itself. But if we can match kind of this angle on each of these, That'll probably look pretty cool. I mean, especially because it'll play off of its little counterpart over above the window. It's not going to hurt to look. If it looks dumb, we'll just take them off. See if this gives these little wood slats a little more character. Oh yeah, that helps. Kind of exaggerates that bend too. Yeah, it looks nice. Like I said, I don't really know what those would be for, but the concept art kind of, you know, it shows them. Shows some kind of wooden support piece. So you all tell me, does that look okay? Or what if we straight up get rid of them? And fill it in with just the rock. Did you like that wolf or the wood character? Too much rock without that wood, isn't it? But did you like the wood better without the little slots? I feel like the little wood, like the little pegs are taking attention away from the door now. I think I do just kind of like that better. Right? Yeah, it looks better without the pegs. It's kind of like this. This little house is like whatever your imagination wants to make out of it. It could be cozy cottage, or it could be, you know, creepy witch. Somebody's gonna die in this place type of build. It's kind of like it's gonna be on you. But anyways, guys, yeah, I guess I will wrap this up here. And if you guys get a chance, maybe swing back by tomorrow and we will start going vertical above this window. You can see we have got, you know, it's like we've not even started to scratch the surface on the customization and the detailing that's going to be required, have we? We have not even started. Forest cottage. Well, Warble, it'll definitely be after 6. I think we'll try to stream again tomorrow, probably a little bit after 7 Eastern Standard Time. If I'm not on by a little after 7, the stream's probably not happening. But I think I'm supposed to be home tomorrow. I don't think we have anything weird going on. But yeah, we'll, and you know too, tomorrow, if you look at the concept art, we are going to get into the wood pretty heavy tomorrow. Because look, it's not stone above that big window. That's woodwork that we're going to have to try to figure out. So we're about to leave the stone. Obviously, we have that one big window, that big circle window right above these 3 sets. So that big circle will set up there. But after that, the stone kind of finishes off. And we'll convert over to wood and roof. And then, of course, it looks like we have the 2 massive fireplaces back there that that'll implement with stone, which will be tricky, but we'll figure something out. Yeah, Auntie, I'll tweet it out tomorrow, probably 10 minutes before it starts, maybe 15 minutes. Because by then I know, like, I'm home from work, nothing's happened, I'm actually here. But you know, we don't have any concept art for the back of the house. Like, it looks like they have some roof work back there and some kind of supported balcony maybe. But that part, the back of the house, we'll just kind of have to go. We'll just have to go with the flow, see what we come up with. But yeah, anyways, guys, I'll jump on out of here. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me. And I'll tweet you out or give you a notification tomorrow if we get to jump back in here and start on, I'm guessing, what would be the 3rd level. See, because we're already on the 2nd story. But we've got a whole nother large level to go, it looks like. So yeah, I will catch you guys hopefully tomorrow. And we'll keep going on with the fantasy house here, the fantasy cottage. See you guys. Good night.